Have you ever been in a coffee shop, perhaps looking up from your phone, and you see someone absolutely charming? You lock eyes for a second, a smile flickers, and you realize this is it. This is the moment you've been waiting for. But then, it hits you. Your mind goes completely blank. Your English, which was fine 5 minutes ago when you were ordering a latte, suddenly feels like a distant memory. You want to connect. You want to be witty. You want to show who you really are, but the words just won't come.
Oh, it happens to the best of us, Carol. It's that paralyzing feeling where your heart is racing. You want to say something clever, something that makes them laugh, but all you can manage is, "I like your shoes." And then you walk away, cringing at yourself, replaying that moment over and over for the rest of the day. You think about all the things you should have said. That missed opportunity feels like a heavy weight, doesn't it? It's not just about a conversation. It's about that feeling of potential that just slipped through your fingers.
We've all been there, Thomas. That stinging regret is exactly what we're fixing today.
Learn, Speak, English, the podcast.
Welcome back to Learn Speak English podcast. I'm Carol.
And I'm Thomas. We're so glad you're here today because we're exploring something that goes far beyond grammar rules, the art of flirting in English with genuine confidence. We're moving beyond the textbook English that makes you sound like a robot and into natural, creative phrases that let your true personality shine through.
Before we dive in, I want you to stop and think about this. Why does flirting in a second language feel so much harder? Is it really the lack of words? Or is it the fear of being judged? Think about a time you stayed silent. What were you afraid would happen? Usually, we aren't afraid of the words themselves, but of the reaction. We want to be liked, to be seen as interesting, and we fear that our English will be a barrier.
That's a common point of pain for many of our listeners. You don't want to sound too much or too direct, or accidentally say something offensive. But here's the truth. The goal isn't to be perfect. It's to create a win-win situation where both you and the other person feel better after the interaction. We're going to show you how to fly under the radar so your conversation feels light and natural, not like a sales pitch or a high-pressure interview.
Exactly, Thomas. It's about building a bridge. We often think of flirting as a performance, but it's actually an act of generosity. You are offering someone your attention and your curiosity.
Let's start with the hook. In English, we often use compliments, but intermediate learners should avoid being too direct too soon. Instead of, "You are beautiful," which can be a bit intense and might trigger someone's defenses. What's a better way to approach?
It's always better to compliment a choice someone made. It shows you recognize their individuality. If you say, "I love your style," it's very unique. You aren't just commenting on their face. You're commenting on their taste. Or if you're at a bar, "That's a great drink choice. What is it?" It's a low-pressure entry point that invites them to share something with you.
Let's look at a realistic example of how this plays out in a real-world scenario. Let's imagine a local coffee shop on a rainy afternoon.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but notice that book you're reading. Is it as good as everyone says?
Oh, it's actually even better. I can't put it down. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I haven't even finished my coffee.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Now I'm going to have to buy it and lose my whole weekend to it. My productivity is officially in danger.
It's worth it, trust me. You won't regret the lost sleep.
Well, if I'm late for work on Monday, I'm definitely telling my boss it's your fault for recommending it.
I'll take full responsibility. I'm Emma, by the way.
I'm Liam. Nice to meet the person responsible for my future lack of sleep.
Now let's analyze why that worked so well. Notice how Liam didn't start with a personal comment about Emma. He used a shared observation about the book. This is a very subtle way to start.
It's brilliant because it's low pressure. It's much harder for someone to reject a comment about a book than a comment about themselves. Also, Liam used something we call the yes set. By asking if the book is good, he's almost guaranteed a positive or interesting response. Once Emma starts agreeing or sharing her excitement, she's already in a state of yes. This makes her much more likely to keep talking to him.
And did you hear the hidden desire there? People want to feel that their choices, like the book they are reading, are interesting and noticed. Liam made Emma feel like a tastemaker. He wasn't just asking for information, he was validating her choice. Let's listen again the example.
Excuse me. I couldn't help but notice that book you're reading. Is it as good as everyone says?
Oh, it's actually even better. I can't put it down. I've been sitting here for 2 hours and I haven't even finished my coffee.
That's exactly what I was afraid of. Now I'm going to have to buy it and lose my whole weekend to it. My productivity is officially in danger.
It's worth it, trust me. You won't regret the lost sleep.
Well, if I'm late for work on Monday, I'm definitely telling my boss it's your fault for recommending it.
I'll take full responsibility. I'm Emma, by the way.
I'm Liam. Nice to meet the person responsible for my future lack of sleep.
Listeners, I want you to try this. Imagine you are in a place you love. Think of one shared observation you could make. Maybe it's the music, the decor, or even the long line for coffee. Try repeating this after me with a friendly, curious tone. This place has a great vibe, doesn't it?
Perfect. You see, by asking a question that is easy to say yes to, you've already started the connection. You are planting a seed.
Now, let's address a big objection we hear. But Carol, Thomas, I don't have enough vocabulary to keep the conversation going.
Here's the secret. You don't need more words. You need the right words. And most importantly, you need to use the word because. When you give a reason for something, even if it's a small one, people are much more likely to accept what you're saying. Instead of just saying, I like this song, say, I like this song because it reminds me of a road trip I took last summer. It adds depth and gives the other person something to hold on to.
That's so true. It provides a why. Now, Thomas, what about when the conversation is moving along and you want to show you're more than just a polite stranger? How do we show personality?
This is where playful teasing or banter comes in. It's the salt of a good conversation. It creates a bit of friction, which is actually what makes it exciting. It shows you have confidence and that you aren't afraid of a little disagreement. Let's look at a realistic example of how this plays out in a real-world scenario.
So, I have to know, what's your go-to comfort food? And please tell me it's not something incredibly healthy like kale chips.
Honestly, Hawaiian pizza. I love the pineapple. It's the perfect sweet and salty balance.
Oh no, we were getting along so well until you said that. I'm not sure if I can talk to a pineapple on pizza person. My Italian ancestors are crying right now.
Hey, it's a classic. Don't knock it until you try it. Maybe you just haven't had the right one yet.
I'm skeptical, Chloe. Very skeptical. You'll have to be very persuasive to change my mind on this.
Is that a challenge? Because I take my pizza opinions very seriously.
I like a challenge. Tell me, what else do I need to know about your controversial tastes?
Did you hear the shift in energy? James used a point of pain, a disagreement, but he turned it into a game. He wasn't being mean, he was being playful.
This works because it satisfies our need for affinity. We like people who are like us, but we also like people who make us feel alive and challenged.
Let's listen again the example. Notice how, by using a joke, both of them connect.
So, I have to know, what's your go-to comfort food? And please tell me it's not something incredibly healthy like kale chips.
Honestly, Hawaiian pizza. I love the pineapple. It's the perfect sweet and salty balance.
Oh no, we were getting along so well until you said that. I'm not sure if I can talk to a pineapple on pizza person. My Italian ancestors are crying right now.
Hey, it's a classic. Don't knock it until you try it. Maybe you just haven't had the right one yet.
I'm skeptical, Chloe. Very skeptical. You'll have to be very persuasive to change my mind on this.
Is that a challenge? Because I take my pizza opinions very seriously.
I like a challenge. Tell me, what else do I need to know about your controversial tastes?
Let's move to a third scenario. Sometimes the best way to flirt is to show deep interest through open-ended questions. This is about building that bridge between your world and theirs.
I noticed you've been looking at the travel section for a while. Are you planning an escape or just dreaming?
A bit of both, actually. I'm trying to decide between a trip to Japan or Italy next year. It's a tough choice.
That is a high-quality problem to have. If you could only pick one place in the world that represents who you are, which one would it be?
Wow, that's a deep question for a Saturday afternoon. I think maybe the coast of Portugal. It's rugged but beautiful and a bit quiet. What about you?
I love that description. For me, it would be the mountains in Switzerland. There's a clarity there that you can't find anywhere else. Why Portugal specifically?
Because there's a sense of history there that feels very grounded. It makes me feel like I'm part of something much bigger.
I can see that. You seem like someone who values those kinds of deep roots.
Often, we don't make a move because we are afraid of being rejected. But what about the loss of the connection itself? If you don't say anything, you've already lost the potential relationship. Isn't the fear of never knowing what could have been more powerful than the fear of a simple no?
That's a great way to reframe it, Thomas. And this leads us to the call to action. How do you actually transition from a great conversation to a future meeting without it being awkward?
The secret is to make the next step a natural consequence. You want to look for a commitment that is small and easy to agree to.
For example, I have a list of the best hidden spots in Lisbon. I'd love to send it to you. What's the best way to get it to you?
Remember, the most persuasive thing you can be is yourself. English is just the tool. Your heart is the message.
Bye for now.
Goodbye.